ball game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose in preseason week 2 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Final score being 20-7. Let's kind of break down this game real quick. Kyle Trask, look, besides the last couple plays, I thought he played good. 12 and 19, 108 yards, touchdown, no picks. Got sacked once. I honestly feel like Wolford didn't get a chance. He was 7 of 14, 52 yards, sacked twice. Receivers had a couple of drops. It was a tough game for the passing attack. It was a tough game. Running-wise, guys continue to look good. Sean Tucker, 4 carries, 32 yards, 8 yards a carry, a long of 21. Bucky Irving, 6 carries, 26 yards, 4.3 yards per carry. There's going to be some debate as to whether or not who's going to be the running back 2. Is it going to be Bucky? Is it going to be Sean Tucker? I think it's going to be Bucky Irving. I understand why people are hyped about Sean Tucker, but I think Bucky Irving's running back 2. Cody Thompson had a nice end around. We really didn't see much of DJ Williams or Ramon Jefferson tonight, and that's a shame. That's a shame. But overall, the running game, 16 carries, 76 yards, 4.8 yards per carry. It continues to look good. It continues to cook. The passing game, the receivers, really, the main guy tonight was Cody Thompson. 5 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. He had 78 total yards tonight on 7 touches and a touchdown. That's great. I think that's awesome. I think he did really good. So shout out Cody Thompson. He's battling for a roster spot right now. He did himself some favors. Tanner Canoe did okay. 5 receptions for 33 yards, and that was really it. Like, Devin Culp had a nice 11-yard grab, but that was pretty much it. The O-line played good in the beginning. The, 6th and 7th stringers played really bad. Lorenz Metz gave up a sack, I think. Avery Jones had a holding penalty, I remember. Brandon Walton had a holding penalty and just didn't look good. The interior O-line was good until the very end of the game. Graham Barton looked good, I thought. Ben Bredesen looked good. Elijah Klein looked good, I thought. Cody Mock, I think, was in there for a little bit. So shout out to those guys. And really, that was kind of it for the offense. There wasn't a ton of takeaways in there offensively. It was more so defensively, man. Defensively, some guys showed up to play. Antonio Greer Jr. had 7 total tackles. Had 1 pass defended. So shout out to him for leading the team in tackles. KJ Britt was a little slow tonight. Which was unfortunate. Tavier Thomas got cooked a lot tonight, which is unfortunate because I'm rooting for that guy, but he got cooked tonight. Kalen DeLoach was in there. He had some tackles. Bryce Hall had 4 total tackles today. I thought he played good. Rashad Wisdom, 4 tackles and a fumble recovery, which Andrew Hayes forced that fumble. Bit of a bounce back game for Andrew Hayes, so shout out to him for that. Really, here's some guys who stood out. Here's some guys that really, really, really stood out to me, okay? Firstly, you have to talk about Jose Ramirez. 5 total tackles today, 4 solo tackles, 3 sacks. Now, 1 was a gimme sack because Mac Jones fell down. 3 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. I mean, Jose Ramirez went crazy. I think I might make a separate video talking about Jose Ramirez, just to kind of, update everybody, but, he looked really good. Ernest Brown did really good tonight. I mean, 4 tackles for loss. He had 2 solo tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He was getting pressure a lot tonight. He had a quarterback hit as well. Ernest Brown the fourth really made a case for himself to make this roster tonight. I really do believe that. And right now, I would think that he has a pretty decent chance to make this roster. Marquise Watts looked good. 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 quarterback hit. He looked good as well. We didn't see much of Chris Braswell, which was unfortunate. CJ Brewer was in there a little bit. He made a couple of plays. But finally, the last guy who really, really stood out was Luol Ugwak. This guy went crazy tonight. Another guy where it's like, dang, he might make the roster based off of a game like this. 2 tackles, 1 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. Also, Will Golston had a quarterback hit as well. Those were the guys that stood out to me. They were. I mean, they went good, man. I think that those young men played good. I think in the case of Luol Ugwak, him and Ernest Brown both made a case to make this 53-man roster, along with CJ Brewer. I hope they can try and find a way to keep at least 2 of those guys maybe on the active roster, maybe a couple of them on the practice squad if you can only keep 1. Tavier Thomas got cooked. Jose Ramirez went crazy tonight. Marquise Watts did great tonight as well. Even saw a little bit in the kick return game. Sean Tucker had a 30-yard return. Ramon Jefferson had a 27-yard return. And we're going to end it with this. Special teams, McLaughlin missed a 41-yard field goal. Are you officially worried? Maybe it's something to consider. I'm curious. I'm curious because he missed another kick, man. Something to think about. This is 2 games in a row now where he's missed 1 kick. Last week was a 50-something yarder. This week was a 41. I love Chase McLaughlin. He made all of his kicks in training camp. But you got to make your kicks. Even if it's preseason, make your kicks, Jake Camarda had an all-right game today. Nolan Cooney, the backup punter, did not, unfortunately. And it is what it is. So, folks, I'm going to end off this here. Not a great game from the Bucs, but there were guys who did stand out. And that's notable in my opinion. And I give them credit for that. Man. So it is what it is. It is what it is.